Unfortunately, you can't just wait the AI out until Andalusia goes to low. That's one of the downsides to playing multiplayer. Because you're not subject to the whims of the AI. Huzzah! American Patriot, thank you very much for the oh no, Dana giving out more generosity. I do kind of wish it said in the pop-up, Dana gave a thing, because usually I just see the pop-up. Thank you very much for that, Dana. I do appreciate that generosity. You are awesome. And thank you again for all the moderating you do too. Appreciate that. And American Patriot, welcome to the Modelings. And also, American Patriot, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Wouldn't Timmy Ottoman Arabia alliance be illegal due to rivalry requirements? Well, it depends on whether they can rival other people. And just because you're rivals doesn't mean you can't all just attack the Commonwealth just individually. This is Congo. Ottomans are currently rivaled with Commonwealth, Timmy, and Austria, so they could drop the Timurids as a rival and just keep Austria and Commonwealth. The Ottomans are rivaled with the same people, so again they could drop Timmy and still be rivaled with those two. Nope, that's not Timmy. Call to arms, Dai Viet is being attacked by Kaima. Huzzah! So Timmy is currently rivaled with Vijayanagar and Ottomans and Arabia. I can't see what their other options are. They could keep Vijayanagar, and then they would have to try and seek one other. Maybe Ava? They're probably too small. Maybe Ethiopia. Timurids could rival Ethiopia to enable that. And then Arabia. Was it Arabia that we already looked at? I think it might have been Arabia that we looked at. Currently rivals with Commonwealth and Timurids, but they could switch that to being Austria, Andalusia, or Ethiopia. It's doable. Definitely doable. Lord Silverose giving in the generosity now. Thank you so much to Maximilian. Welcome to the Immortalings. So many subs today. This is awesome. All aboard the sub train. Choo choo. Thank you very much for that, Silverose. You're awesome. Oh, that's where Tugort was. I was kind of wondering where they were. I should have known. I think I said that exact same thing last time. They're just not piecing out. Portugal being very stubborn, maybe trying to continue the war abroad. They do still have naval superiority. They are still building troops. The guerrilla war has begun. They're still making money. This is definitely one of the things that Portugal is capable of doing because they're so colonial. It's basically Portugal in exile, fighting on against the perfidious French, the arrogant Andalusians, and the Dutch. What's the status of Crimea? Crimea is a march of the Ottomans. Formerly a player, but they pulled out. Oh crap, I missed that war. Ireland is indeed under attack by Denmark. Denmark trying to force a crossing here. This is going to be a -2. Denmark is going to be... No, this is just Ireland versus Denmark. Danish conquest of Gal... So, let's see the fight. We have got the Danes coming in with a -3. 3.2 morale. Huzzah! Versus 5.5. Ireland kicking the living daylights out of the Danish army here. Denmark taking a huge amount of attrition. Denmark being sent packing. Thankfully Denmark have taken that, otherwise Ireland would be able to blockade this, although the Danes do have naval superiority here. I think Ireland is going to be pretty content just to sit here in Ulster and take the Danes as they come, so how come Denmark has got so little morale? What's going on here, Denmark? Your tradition is awful. Your morale is awful. Oh, it's because you're still behind in tech. Yeah, you're still tech 13 against Ireland's 15. I remember that. Tech 15 is huge, because that's a +1 morale right there. So Denmark's armies are in trouble. And this is going to be a lot of stuff that they're going to be able to hold on to. How come Ireland did not call in anyone else, though? Did they just abandon him? He has a truce with everyone. Ireland's allies abandoned him. Probably because Denmark declared this during the war against Portugal. Did I just completely miss that? Austria is at war. Who is Austria after? It's all kicking off. This is crazy. Austria is in a war against the Dutch. It is the Prussians who declared war on the Dutch. Prussia finally lifting their mighty head. That's probably why the others didn't join Ireland, because they're already fighting against these guys. It's Holland, it's France, but not Andalusia. So Holland and France fighting against the Prussians, the Austrians, the Commonwealth. And those forces are just pouring across the borders right now. Fortress Netherlands hasn't really been set up. That is a level 4 fort. That is level 2, level 4. So a couple of them have been upgraded, but not enough. But just the sheer numbers at play here. I think this is what Portugal's been waiting for. Portugal may have come to an agreement with Prussia saying, hey, if you come bail me out, I'll pay you tons and tons of cash. Or Portugal saw this war happening and then just said, I'm going to hold out for as long as I can, because all of the troops that France and the others have are going to be leaving Portugal right now, meaning that Portuguese forces which are assembling here in the Canaries are going to be able to counterattack. They're just going to have to deal with the Andalusians. And considering the colonial forces that Portugal has, if only you could call in colonial forces. That's something the game could do with looking at. It's like, how do I call in my Caribbean forces into this European war? Rip Denmark, backstabbed Ireland. Yeah, that's a biggie. Thank you for pointing that one out. I would have missed that completely. I suspect that this is effectively going to become a stalemate. Does Ireland have a navy? No. No, they don't. 1 heavy and 6 cogs a navy do not make. And I think that's been a mistake that Ireland's made all along, actually. They've never had a very strong navy. Considering they're relying so much on colonial, and because they are effectively half of GB, you should have a navy. The Dutch army has been sent packing. Andalusians and French are marching north. Have Andalusia joined the war? Andalusia have indeed joined the war. So they are going to be at least somewhat vacating Portugal. So I think Portugal has made the right decision here, holding out. They might actually be able to take some of the territories back. They'd need to land in Galicia. And remember, if Portugal has a flagship, and they probably do, we can check that in a moment, Portugal has the unique ability to load and offload troops very quickly. Like hit and run is what Portugal can do really, really well. Alright, so we have the French armies coming in, completely outmatching, horrendously outmatching the Hungarians. But here comes the Commonwealth. Second Commonwealth army just sitting there, just going, no, you got this. Oh no, they're coming in. Andalusia sitting back going, ah. France probably yelling at Andalusia. I think that was a wise decision with those guys pulling back. Antwerp is going to fall very soon. Melbourne has already fallen. Oh, I didn't even realise he renamed all of his things. Mordred Land! I don't really know why Zeeland is Mordred Land. Mordred Land should actually be Perth, but I will forgive you. No, it shouldn't. It should be Calderon. Wait. Yeah, it is Calderon. I was like, why has that been renamed? It's not even, Holland-ish. I'm trying to differentiate between Helra and Holland. Holland being a province, Dutch being the culture. So I don't really see how the Dutch are going to come out from this. But then the question becomes, what do these guys want from the Dutch? Is this for money? Is this for land? Because none of them have adjacency to this. None of them have cause. Oh, actually, that's not true. They do. No, they don't. What is this war about? This is a humiliation. Oh. Wait, humiliation war. Did the Dutch insult Prussia? And Prussia just went, nope, baff. Andalusians and French starting to reform again. Still no Portuguese counterattack, though I am still very much expecting it. Portuguese kind of dropping the ball here in Cuba a little bit, although these are only peasants. I think I'd rather own that territory myself if I were Portugal. I think Mali may have gotten a little bit lucky piecing out there, not having to deal with these European wars. Meanwhile, war between these two. So what is the Danish objective? Guide Heible. Guide Helleib. Goal something. Where is that? It's here. So they do own the war goal, which is a little bit unfortunate. Ireland, how are you doing for force limit? You do have another 7,000 troops you could raise. I think I would do it. Your morale is so significantly higher than that of the Danes. I would raise the morale. I would land here in Wales and then push up through Scotland. Although you do need to be worried about this crossing. You have not built a fort in Ulster. I definitely would have built a fort in Ulster. It's such an important crossing. Mali is also a secret powerhouse. This is true. Mali is a very significant powerhouse. Irish has a single unit down here, but that's not enough to do anything. You need 2,000, not 1,000. One transport's trying to sneak around the Danish blockade. It's funny. But I want to know what's going on here. This is going to be now the invasion of France. Commonwealth attacking into Rethel-1. This isn't just Commonwealth reserves. This is the actual Commonwealth. This isn't just Condottieri. Although they're going to be very limited in what they can do against the others with just a humiliation. They have to take the capital, which they're doing. CPM, Ireland saying, wouldn't mind someone jumping in, this is winnable. I agree with you, CPM. Problem is, who? Everyone else in Europe is at war. It's kind of unfortunate for him. I mean, he might just try and hold out long enough to then attack Denmark later on, but then if Denmark has agreements with the Commonwealth, it's a bit risky. The Commonwealth may decide, you know what, I'm going to help out my economic buddy. These Commonwealth troops, oh man, it's... I think Europe's realised too late that they've let a behemoth grow. And I do think that Prussia and Austria are copping out a little bit in just, well, not really. Because this is only beneficial being allied to the Commonwealth. But these guys are going to suffer for it. Like, they need to find a way of breaking the Commonwealth up with the Prussians and the Austrians. And they have not done so. Prussia, Austria, and the Commonwealth have decided they needed to remind everyone they are the powerhouses and being ignored, which is kind of true. I think that Prussia has been a little bit too passive. Austria's actually played a very wise game, growing as they have been, going into the very, very wealthy northern Italian territories. Austria is definitely underestimated, and Austria has played a very good game of defending themselves. I mean, look at this network of forts. It's beautiful. And then the Commonwealth is just the Commonwealth. And they really need the Middle Eastern powers to gang together. I mean, what should happen here is the Franco alliance and the Ottoman alliance need to talk to each other and say, hey, we have this problem. Both of us have this problem. How do we deal with it? And before today's session, I don't think that they would have been able to come to an agreement. After today's session, I suspect they probably can. Because I don't think that these guys would have wanted to work with the Ottomans, but now I think there's like, we have to make a deal with the devil and do something about this. Commonwealth in particular. But even just splitting the Commonwealth away from Prussia and Austria somehow. And until today, I probably would have said that you probably could have created an agreement of some kind with Austria to pull them away from the Commonwealth sphere of influence. These two are kind of too closely bound together because Prussia owes their existence to the Commonwealth. Austria doesn't. And Austria is probably one of the few powers that could defensively match the Commonwealth, especially if they were supported by Andalusians. Yeah, the Allies playing a very defensive battle here. France, slowly but surely, getting some more troops together. The fact that they've taken out the Netherlands is going to have significantly reduced the Dutch income, although it's still ludicrous, considering everything that they hold, although that land is going to fall soon, which is an estuary. He's already lost most of his centres of trade. I'm kind of surprised he's still earning as much money as he is. Although his control of this is down from 70% down to 45%. Denmark could make an absolute killing right now. Oh, we do have a move on Albania. Poor Albania. No Skanderbeg today. Although this is a little bit dangerous, considering this is a -2. I mean, the Commonwealth could just jump. Oh, no, they can't, because that fort's blocking them. Alright, killing the Albanians. Now, these guys just need to have their forces close enough together where they can support each other. And the fact that Portugal is in this war, I think Portugal is actually an underappreciated participant here. Because it's the threat of Portuguese counterattack which is keeping 24,000 Andalusians in Iberia right now. 24,000 troops that they really need up here fighting against these guys. The Franco-Turkish alliance against Austria-Poland is historical. Yeah, I know. Remember, the French were allied with the Ottomans during the Siege of Vienna. Yep. The French have made the deal with the devil historically, and they were kind of hated throughout Europe because of it. But it was an entirely strategic alliance against Austria and Austrian hegemony over the HRE. Portugal has landed in Porto. Yes, they have. 23,000. Unfortunately, there's still a lot of Andalusians here. Which way are you going to go? Left or right? So here come the Portuguese. And this is the Portuguese ability to rebuild and counterattack. These 35,000 are too far away. Unfortunately, there is a general here. And yeah, we do need to change speed. Unfortunately, I can't talk to them. I'm going to go and yell at Helson in a minute. In fact, I'll do that now. Hey, Helson, can we go to speed 2?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't even notice that it was slowed down because I'm trying to move all my armies.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks. Okay, that's done. Now I need to sort out all my bloody windows again. That one, that one, that one. Oh, no, forgot one. Damn it. Keep pressing the wrong ones now. I'm missing everything. That one. That one. That one. That one. Nope, I screwed up again. That one. That one. That one. And that one. There we go. Now I've got it. Because they have to be in a specific order, otherwise the overlaps don't work. So what happened to the Portuguese? I completely missed that. Portugal won it. And then... Wait. I'm very disappointed I missed that fight. Chat, what happened? Tell me! Okay, so Portuguese forces were forced back, I guess. The Andalusian reinforcements arrived. Meanwhile, the Commonwealth is pushing south. What's happened to the French? The French are all hiding down here, taking a huge amount of attrition. Split your forces, man. Portugal, I think, has withdrawn, right? Let's go from Portugal's perspective. Yes, they're all on board. And the other thing I wanted to see is whether you have your faster load-offload. Wow, yes, you do. Portuguese Fusiliers. Movement speed on and off ships, minus 66%. It's a huge amount. However, they do have a bigger combat penalty when landing. But if you can land, then you're strong. Trade power per ship in fleet +2. I didn't realise Portugal had so many bonus flagship modifiers. Then the fleet naval barrage costs minus 40%, meaning you can blitz down stuff more quickly. Like, Portugal is the ultimate harass, hit and run. It's just too bad that... Well, actually, Andalusia probably knows that. But Andalusia is costing France here. I mean, this could well be partly Andalusia not really caring about the fate of France, despite the fact that they're allied. Andalusia wanting to piece Portugal out. They should probably go and start negotiating. Like, if I was France, I would be negotiating with Portugal really hard right now. Saying, hey, what can we do to get out of this war? Why is Arabia in Iberia?